So I'm going to be telling you why you should stay away from 999 Club, or more specifically, how bad they messed up the most recent Revenge collaboration, the Juice WRLD Revenge 999 Club collaboration that released on March 6th. So if you guys bought off the Revenge website and you only follow Revenge, you didn't watch any of the 999 stuff happening, then you're probably not aware of this because the drop went pretty much as expected on the Revenge website. Apart from the fact that the hoodies were maybe like $10 more expensive than usual, everything seemed normal. But if you look at the 999 Club release and rollout for this collaboration, that's when things get really interesting. So let's rewind all the way back to mid to late February when 999 Club announced that they were going to be releasing these gift cards that were sold in 100 increment values. So you could buy like $100, $200, $300, etc. And the detailing for these gift cards said that, just a sec, let me pull up the exact image, which you guys can see right here. It said that it'd give you early access and exclusive access to items. So one of the ones that you can see in that list, you see V-Loan, and then you also see the Revenge exclusive items. So the description right there says access to exclusive 999 Club X Revenge items that can only be purchased with this gift card. So at the time of purchase, you get this exclusive and also early access to items, which sounds cool, right? And that gift card is the only way to buy these items. And I should also mention that at that time, or around that time, the image for the actual collaboration or exclusive piece that was going to be releasing was leaked. So people did know what it looked like around that time. And if they liked that, then they'd be like, hey, the only way I can actually get this is to buy this gift card. And I want to point out again that this is not only early, but an emphasis on exclusive access. So fast forwarding to drop day, I do my live streams 1 hour before the drop. And I think around an hour before the drop, people were starting to get emails from 999 Club saying that the drop, or there was some type of advertisement. I myself didn't get the gift card, so I'm not exactly sure when it rolled through, but people were getting emails that look like this, where it was an early access button, and then it opened up at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the general public release for this collaboration on both websites was going to be 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So for buying this gift card, which you spent at least $100 on, you only got 30 minutes early access, which isn't that great, but any amount of early access just lets you get in there, buy the item. So but that's not too bad. 30 minutes is probably a lot less than most people were expecting though at that point. So you enter your code, or you click on your code and you get in 30 minutes early, which I should also mention, a lot of people were having a hard time with their links working or not working. If you were in the live stream for my YouTube channel during the Revenge drop, a lot of people were complaining that their links weren't working. They were clicking that link in the email and it wasn't allowing them to buy anything. They weren't seeing anything showing up. So apart from that though, you go in, you actually get in there for that early access, and what's present? Not the hoodie that they said was going to release, the exclusive access hoodie. I think at the beginning of the early access, most of the stuff that was present were just the tees, not including the photo tee, but the collage tees, and I think maybe the sketch tees. Not the sketch hoodie though, that was kind of advertised as being an exclusive item, which is pretty scummy when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, because this gift card was supposed to be for exclusive items, when in reality that exclusive item wasn't there during early access. It did get added later, but this was after the Revenge drop, after 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time had already passed, and I believe it was sometime after that, like half an hour. So they really, if you were going for that item and you had bought the gift card, you probably missed out on it because you didn't think it was going to release, since it was way past the actual general release of the collaboration. Another thing I want to talk about are the prices. I mentioned it a little bit earlier that some of the Revenge pieces were a little bit more expensive, or some of the pieces on the Revenge website, specifically the hoodies, were $10 more than normal, which I thought was weird, especially since I think they're using the independent blanks, which I think you get for like 15, 20 bucks, something really cheap. They're definitely not worth $98, $108 after shipping. But that aside, go over to 999 Club. The prices for the pieces were actually really cheap at the start of the exclusive early access, I should say, not exclusive. At the start of the early access, the prices were down from normal Revenge prices for hoodies would be $88. I think the hoodies on 999 Club were $75. People were saying shipping was like $15 or somewhere around there. So it ended up coming out to like 93 something for a US hoodie after shipping and everything. So it was still cheaper than what it would have been on Revenge had it been the normal $88. And I think the tees were around like $32 to $35, which is still cheaper than the usual $38 on Revenge. So that might all be a little confusing. Pretty much everything was cheaper than it probably should have been compared to the Revenge releases that usually happen. So now fast forward to the general release, that 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it was somewhere around there that the prices started rising, and I'm not sure what they were around that time, but they did end up getting to a certain price, which I do have those prices, but around that time, I think it was a lot closer to what Revenge had on their website, which, once again was a little bit more expensive for the hoodies than usual, and then the t-shirts for some reason were still the $38. So they had the prices raised around that area, which I guess made sense. Like that would make sense for it to release around there. But fast forward about like half an hour after the drop, or even longer after the drop, everything's been up, and the prices raised once again, which really doesn't make any sense. They got to a point where the hoodies on 999 Club were $108, and then the t-shirts were $48, which is crazy because these tees started off, these hoodies started off just like $30 cheaper. The tees, $15 or so cheaper, and they kept raising it, which doesn't make any sense. You could argue that since they messed up the exclusive release for the gift card holders, they wanted to make it cheaper. But the fact that they raised the amount twice really doesn't make sense. I guess the only explanation that I can come up with is that after Revenge sold out, like marked everything sold out, it's usually a pre-order through Revenge if you guys aren't familiar. But maybe after that is when they decided to raise the prices yet again and kind of get into resell territory almost. So maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe that was their reasoning behind it, but it's very strange to see a brand open up shop and then raise prices on items twice. Once would be okay, yeah, they're like, fixing it, or maybe it was just for exclusive, but they're raising the prices twice, and a lot of they had like bundles and everything. The prices were really just a mess. So now we're moving on to the final point, which is like the third point or so, I don't know, but this is actually about the descriptions of the items displayed on 999 Club. And if you looked at the fine print, you looked down below in the descriptions, they had information about shipping. So in the information for the shipping, I think at the very bottom, I'll have a picture up, it said expected to ship within like 4 to 6 weeks, which makes sense because it's, a lot of artist merch usually takes that long. I guess the Revenge stuff usually doesn't take 4 to 6 weeks nowadays. Before it was taking around that time, but now it really shouldn't. It should ship out like within 2 weeks. But that being said, people who got their orders were saying that the order said it would only take 2 weeks to ship. So it's just like another kind of disconnect. That's, this drop was so messy and just so mishandled and botched by 999 Club. It's just really ridiculous. I'll also add that somebody asked what was on the back of one of the hoodies, and 999 Club actually responded to them saying they don't know. So I thought that was funny. Just, even more confusion from 999 Club, which I hate saying. I hate saying 999 Club. That's just doesn't flow off the tongue at all. But yeah, I would stay away from them. It's very disorganized. Revenge itself is very disorganized, but I think this takes it to a whole new level. So let me know if you guys experienced these issues, if you guys got in, copped it super early, if you got charged extra because you got in there when it was like $73. Did you guys have an issue with what was going on? Did you guys cop? How you feel about what's going on? As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.